Today, I'll be showing the new integrated extractor feature that allows for data extraction directly from the Process Mining app using a direct connection via UiPath integration service. Here, I'm in the new app creation and can browse through the pre-built list of app templates. As I'm an ITSM process owner that wants to analyze my incident management Salesforce process, I can scroll down and select incident management. I'll go ahead and call this demo. I'll select next, and here I see a new default data source. This is the Use Direct connection, which currently supports Salesforce and ServiceNow app templates, as well as custom process and event log app template. Let me go ahead and select next. Here I have the list of Salesforce connections that I've built out via UiPath integration service within this specific tenant. If I don't have any built out, I can also add a new connection here to configure that connection in line. I'm going to go ahead and select my connection and go ahead and select next. It will then test my connection to ensure that it can connect to that Salesforce source system and can extract the list of tables. Now I have my extraction settings with my date range. By default, we extract 1 year's worth of data. I can also set a reoccurrence or a schedule. So as an ITSM process owner, I want to have refreshed data every single morning. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule this once a day at 6 a.m. so that I can see that new incident data every single morning. So as my data refreshes are relatively frequent, once a day, and I expect to have high data volumes within my source system, I'm going to go ahead and select incremental extraction, which extracts only the changed or new data every data extraction. I'm going to go ahead and select next. Here I have the list of extraction tables that are defined by default. I can also add new data from new tables. Say I want the case feed table to further provide more context around my incidents and my cases. I could then add that to the extraction query, and then I can also see that it'll create a case feed input table for me to use in my transformations as well. I can also select these tables and mark them as mandatory or non-mandatory, and I can also delete them from my extraction query if they're not applicable for my use case. I'm going to go ahead and select next. Select the directly follows. So here I get a summarized view of the data source, which is Use Direct connection, the list of extraction tables, and the date range for those extraction tables. I'm going to go ahead and submit this, and it will create a new app, trigger the extraction, and then run the transformations on top. Now that the app has been created, the data has been extracted, transformed, and ingested, I can now see how that data is populating on my out-of-the-box dashboard templates. Here I could see the number of cases over time. I can look at the activities with the number of cases with that specific activity, and I can also look at the variance. In addition, I could go into my data transformations page, and I could see the list of applicable input tables that have been created based upon that integrated extractor extraction. I can also preview this table data to ensure everything looks right. I can also go into the Manage Input Data settings, and here I'll get that same overview of the source tables mapped to target input tables. And then I can get another level of granularity into the field level mapping, and I can see how those specific source fields from Salesforce are mapping to target fields within my Process Mining app. I can also then change this mapping if need be, and then I could go ahead and confirm those changes and re-trigger that ingestion and transformation. Thank you so much for watching.